I'm live. I remembered I forgot to do something. Hang on a minute. Won't be very difficult. Yeah. Don't you worry. I've sorted it. I've sorted it out. I have sorted it out. Now, we do one more thing. Boom. Let's see. See how it's going. Away. Alright. We're doing well. We're live today. We're gonna talk nonsense about the most recent Marvel film, that being Thunderbolts from I'm muting myself, from this year, 2025. Yes, that's correct. That is what we're doing today. I'm not a complete mess on here today. No, I'm doing a little bit. Yeah. Alright. So, I said I'm not a mess. I've still got to figure out what I'm doing. Alright. No. It's unnecessary. We can go back to sharing. And there we go. We're here. So, I went to see this Thursday when it came out. I believe it came out on Friday in America. I think it actually came out a day later in its country of origin. So here it is. This is Thunderbolts. Yeah, only the theaters May 2nd. Peculiar. Alright, so open up photos. Got a whole lot of photos. I'm going to talk a little bit more nonsense, a little bit more randomly on it today. I'm going to check that everything's working. Again. As you know. You got to do what you got to do. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're good. So, I'll talk about it. Oh, that's useful. I can check it. Very, very helpful. So, I'm going to talk about it a little bit more randomly than usual today. When I say than usual, I mean than yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. It was a solid week ago. You know, I'm just really good at this. So we're just flicking through the images. We're getting lots of images of the Thunderbolts and that random geezer that was there a minute ago. Yeah, so We're just going through the motions. Yeah, I am really good at speaking. Yeah. So let's just basically talk about what I thought of the movie. I've had time to think about it, I guess. Contents-wise, I guess, like, fuck was he doing there? I guess, like, enjoyment of the movie-wise, probably one of the best Marvel or MCU films ever. Within its contents, you know, it's got substance, basically. Most Marvel films don't really have shit going on. This has shit going on. That's basically it. You know, I can talk rubbish about it because bad things happened. And bad things did happen in the movie. It wasn't perfect. But good things happened in the movie. Right, we are going round and round in circles. We have made it to image 59. Let's just come back here. And chat nonsense. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. But of course I did, you know. Shallow-minded Marvel fan. I think I was genuinely surprised that it was a bit more thematic. Its themes heavily weigh upon, like, what happens. I didn't know Marvel thought their fans were that clever. So it was genuinely surprising to see something like that. But what was not genuinely surprising was something I don't know how to transition into. So I'm just not going to, because I basically don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't write anything down for this one because I want to make a video on it, because I have something I want to do, which I can only really do in a video. I mean, I could do it live, but it would be a fucking mess. As you've seen here, you know. I did enjoy it. Yeah, very good, very good. Thematically, you know, as I said, as I was sort of mumbling around with. So yeah, hang on. Right, that's very unhelpful. So yeah, it's good. Very, very good for a Marvel film. But I have a big concern. We're gonna jump straight into spoilers. I have a big, big concern with the movie and what's gonna happen, and that is what's gonna happen in Avengers Doomsday, and as an extension of that, Secret Wars will have the same issues, I guess. Is it gonna be one of those? Not one of those movies. I don't think there's never been anything like it. Is it going to be a movie where there's just loads of teams against each other? We know the Thunderbolts are gonna be in it, and by extension, probably definitely, the Fantastic Four are gonna be in it, and the Avengers are gonna be in it. Or I guess the Thunderbolts are now the new Avengers, so we technically just got an Avengers movie. Get into that. I've got kids, yeah. And then the X-Men are going to be in it. So it's just going to be like loads of different superhero teams against each other, and then teaming up against Doctor Doom. Because, yeah, that would be really, really boring. I don't want to watch that movie. But then also, I don't actually like the Avengers movies. Kill me. I don't like the Avengers movies. I don't like them. I just don't. I don't think they're very compelling films. Or good. Particularly not the last two, Infinity War and Endgame, didn't like them. I mean, I thought they were the best shit ever when I watched them when they came out. What was I, like, about 9, 10? Well, they were absolutely amazing. But they don't feel like movies. I know people say that about modern Marvel. I felt like that about all Marvel in retrospect. Bar a few very good films that they've done. A lot of it doesn't feel like movies. There's stuff from that I enjoy, like back in last year they did Deadpool and Wolverine. Doesn't really feel like a movie. That's kind of just bullshit floating around the place. But I liked it. There's other complete nonsense going on as well, but I quite liked it. But this feels truly like a movie. Thematically, it's the first Marvel movie that I can think of off the top of my head anyway, that genuinely relies on its themes to conclude the story. Because a lot of people, maybe I'm over exaggerating, maybe it was only a few people, said that they don't like that. They don't get it. And I don't like you, and I don't get you, so fuck off. Ooh, cold. But I just that's an important part of a real film, I didn't think they made real movies. Anyway, that's my ramble about that over. Indie moviness is very, very, very fake. I know. I'm hurting a lot of people with that statement. Yes, indie moviness is very fake. Unfortunately. But then that's because it's got what's its budget? Let's have a look. I have that capability. Thunderbolts budget. So $180 million budget. That's a big budget. Now I know, Infinity War and Endgame, they had a lot big budgets. They were done at the same time, weren't they? And it was probably over $1 billion. So cringe. But that's not an indie movie budget, Blumhouse, they make their movies. I'm pointing to my DVDs. I'm pointing over there because my DVDs are over there. I own DVDs. Anyway, yeah, their movies. They average $20 million budgets, I think. That's not an indie movie budget. Even indie movies are small, independent movies. This ain't a small independent movie. This is a very near $200 million what do you call it? Marvel movie made by Marvel Studios, a big studio based off of a big comic book series that's owned by Disney, the biggest studio. So it's not an indie movie, despite what anyone says. I think Florence Pugh said it. Just more Googling. It is not an indie movie. Yeah, so let's have a look. Florence Pugh. Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't do that right. Pugh. Thunderbolts. What am I gonna say? Indie movie. My spelling is very bad. Alright, here we go. Google's Gemini AI thing is saying Florence Pugh described the Thunderbolts film as an A24 feeling assassin movie with Marvel superheroes. She noted that the film ended up becoming this quite badass. I can't say that normally. Badass. Doesn't sound right. Indie. This suggests the film's style and tone lean more towards the independent, often more gritty and stylized aesthetic of studios like A24 rather than the typical blockbuster Marvel formula. So yeah, that's basically yapping about nonsense. But it's not not an indie movie. I've already said that like 4 or 5 times. It's not an indie movie. Not an indie movie. I seem to be riled up on the fact that it's not an indie movie. I do have some. I do enjoy it. I think it's in fact very good for Marvel standards. I am really going round and round and round in circles. I sort of should have written stuff down for these live ones. Maybe I should just do like recreational live streaming. Because this live streaming with nothing to say as well isn't going very well, but it's going to exist forever now. Because I can't start filming something like a live stream. I mean, I can take it down, actually. But I don't really want to, you know? Keep the history. I have lots and lots of the terrible YouTube shorts I've made still on my channel. So, you know, preserving history. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Some audio was still going into the microphone in my multiple seconds of silence. Right. Shall I give you guys a little description of the movie? It's not got. It's asking me what to rate it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. After finding themselves ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their pasts. That's not great. Not a great synopsis. Yeah. Apparently got nominated for an award. How? Been out about 3 days. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's an attempt at doing something more original, but then they're gonna set and they do bits of that, but then they've got to set up a Marvel movie. I will give it credit. I was sat there in the cinema. I, for the first time in a while, didn't buy snacks. I wasn't like overly. I wasn't like really excited to go and spend about £15 on a popcorn and a drink. Just me. I mean, is it just me? I don't know. Think it might be. Yeah, I don't want to, but I was invested. Unlike most, like I've enjoyed lots of Marvel movies. Unfortunately, for me, Deadpool and Wolverine last year. Thought it was very entertaining. Some other ones I've gone to see that I am blanking on. I've enjoyed watching, but they don't keep me glued. There's not much going on. Deadpool and Wolverine is the ultimate culprit of that. Nothing's going on in that movie. It's entertaining, but nothing's really happening. Stuff is happening in this movie. I'm going back to the whole themes thing, aren't I? So I will just leave that behind. I've said way too many times. So, how about I say once again? Maybe I do need to write stuff down, everybody. I will be making a video on this movie because in fact, I've already said that. Don't worry. I'm going to repeat myself again. And I will say, negatively, that it does sort of, what would I say, over CGI itself, maybe, at the end. I mean, I guess it's nowhere near as egregious as certain installments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In fact, it's not really egregious at all. But it feels notable compared to the rest of the film, sort of being a what would you say, I am lost for words. Being a bit more practical, I guess, would be the thing to say. I don't have nearly as much to say on this film as I do a Minecraft movie. So I am about wrapping up there. I will go in depth and do some other stuff in my spoiler review video, because this did contain spoilers. There is no warning for that though, but it is called Live Yap Sesh, where I do yap, but I didn't feel like I yapped that much today. Anyway, that was an amazing way to spend 22 minutes. Yeah, I will do more live streams, hopefully, in this vein, and in the vein of maybe playing games and stuff, you know. But that is about all I have to say on Thunderbolts without rounding my thoughts, even though I watched it nearly a week ago. I'll go and round my thoughts and then, we'll deal with it. Alright, bye-bye.